Hello, welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel with your host Roy Rogers. Anyway, today we have an urgent announcement. If you look on your Pokedex, you may see something a little strange. The ban list has been bigger. D-Knight is now banned. And here is the announcement. There's the announcement, and I'm going to go ahead and have Robofiend. Robofiend was really nice to take some time out of his day just to comment to this headline. And part of the reason why I picked Robofiend was because note at the very end said credit to Robofiend for the above text. So what and don't worry, I'm going to be talking to KingBowser as well, because he also plays competitively. But I want to go ahead and ask Robofiend this question. What deemed Dragonite just, out of bounds?
Well, I guess Dragonite has the best stab move in the game right now. Dragon Claw hits pretty much everything in OU for neutral damage, except for steel types. Conveniently, he also has fire moves to hit the steel types and knock them out, or Earthquake or something like that to hit other, like, Metagross and whatnot. So, yeah, Dragonite could pretty much kill anything that it wanted to, and it had access to extreme speed, which kind of made it really powerful for killing off special sweepers that otherwise check sort of the slow, heavy hitter dragon types out there. All in all, pretty much everyone agreed that it was time to see it go and get something else going with the OU meta.
So in the tier list council, did everyone vote ban, or was there one member that voted not to ban it, or how did the voting take place?
I mean, to be honest, we recognized that Dragonite was really likely to be banned from the start, but we were less certain of it than something like Salamence, because in testing, Salamence was just, it was crushing everything. And with Dragonite, it was like, this thing's pretty good, but it wasn't the same sort of, it wasn't crazy like Salamence was in testing. So, it was unanimous. Everybody said, yeah, let's ban it. We gave it a month, and it was obvious that it was just broken.
All right, and I do have another question though about as far as future bans. So some people are yelling and screaming about Heracross right now, and I think you saw the post, and I saw you even streak it out. Are you thinking about doing further testing on further threats like Heracross or Slowbro or Medicham?
So far, we're not. We haven't discussed any further action. We decided that we're just going to get rid of Dragonite and see what happens. So far, the results seem pretty good. Meta seems a lot better. Just playing some random matches today. So we're going to, I guess, cross those bridges when we come to them. I don't see any reason to ban anything else at this point, because Dragonite's been so centralizing that nothing else has really had a chance to shine.
All right, and I do have another question though um about Tyranitar though, because I didn't really get a chance to ask anyone about this. So what deemed Tyranitar to be ban worthy?
Well, basically, it has a stab combo that's really hard to play around. If you strap a choice band on it, go Adamant Nature, and just spam Rock Slide, you can hit pretty much everything. And even if you don't, you can just every once in a while throw in a Fire Punch or a Crunch and kill off most of the tier pretty easily. It was pretty. I didn't watch the Oceanic tournament the first week of the update, but a lot of people said that it was really just crushing everything, and we figured it was better to ban it right away than do the kind of thing that we ended up doing with Dragonite, where we drug it out and we got a really centralized metagame around it.
And as sorry.
With physical crunch, it kills its usual best counter. Like usually Swampert in ADV was like the thing to go to stop Tyranitar, and that's why, like, I don't know, 3 out of 5 teams, 2 out of 5 teams had it. But when you take physical crunch into consideration, I mean, with the choice bands draft, like that does 50% to Swampert easily. Just totally blows it out of the water as a check.
Nice. So, I do want to ask about, you know, um, wasn't this sort of a chance for Vaporeon to be used though against Dragonite? Because some people would argue that Vaporeon would be kind of like a counter towards maybe a check probably towards D-Knight.
I mean, checks are great and all, but when you have the whole meta of a game revolving around one Pokemon, it just doesn't make sense to play. It's just not fun. I mean, if you watch tournaments before the Dragonite ban, everybody was running the same 5 Pokemon with one extra wild card on every team. Angar, Slowbro, and something else, Snorlax or Blissey, and then like something else that does something else for the team. It's very predictable and it's pretty boring to play and watch, it look like.
All right. Um,
So ideally we want like a diverse meta game, right? So I mean that's sort of the idea behind banning the Uber stuff.
all right. Um, so how do you feel about since we're on the topic of dragons, how do you feel about Flygon? I mean, I don't think Flygon is anywhere near bannable, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. No, Flygon's fine. It's got base 100 attack. That's nothing. I mean, Hitmonlee's even scarier than Flygon.
Are you planning to move it to UU once the tiers are divided?
Well, as we have it right now, UU is going to be usage based, so it's going to be Pokemon that are under a certain cutoff point. I guess since it's not official, I probably shouldn't say what that cutoff point is going to be. But basically, what we're going to do is look at the OU usage statistics, and we're going to cut off the least used Pokemon and make a tier out of them, which is the whole idea behind UU in the first place.
All right. And I do want to ask about this because actually I had some friends that are going to be trying out Curse Tropius. And I want to ask you, in your opinion, would you personally use a Tropius in battle or not really?
I might use it in NU. I would use a Dragon Dance Tropius, but I would never use a Curse Tropius. That's an awful idea.
All right. Well, for anyone using Tropius, yeah, you might want to listen to this. Use D-Dance Tropius.
I mean, Curse just turns you into target for any Ice Beam, and Tropius is slow to start with, so it's just like you're just sitting bait for Water type to come in on you, Ice type or whatever.
Yeah. And I do have another question though. Actually, no, it's actually a close friend of mine. So I'm gonna ask this. Uh, how do you feel about Delkitty?
Hellcatty, I think it's trash. Even in NU, wrecked.
Yeah, I mean, not if you join the cat tribe that Node has.
Eh, I mean, it's cute and all, but that's not going to win you a lot of battles.
Um, yeah. Now, now I want to ask about this because some people brought up a good point. Um, Gyarados, since it has that intimidate, um, is there any counter or check to Gyarados?
Yeah, I mean, Gyarados is strong. Gyarados is definitely strong. I got beat by one earlier today. Well, kind of beat. It just took out one of my wolves. But, I mean, you can run a number of things that stop it. In particular, I mean, you can run a phaser to stop something like Gyarados from setting up on you. And since most Gyarados don't run Taunt anymore, because they need Earthquake, Waterfall, Crunch. I mean, you can roar it out with Skarmory. I like Wheezing with Thunderbolt. That's a pretty fun one. Any HP, electric, water type is gonna blow Gyarados out of the water, of course, too. Um, Swampert does okay, because Swampert can just set up curses while Gyarados Dragon Dances and then hit it with Rock Slide or something. I was using that earlier, and it was pretty effective about beating a Gyarados and all.
But when Gyarados sees something like a Swampert, um, some Pokemon run Hidden Power Grass on Gyarados. Do people run Hidden Power Grass Gyarados or not really?
No, no, Gyarados' special attack is too low, and it doesn't really provide any meaningful coverage. HP Grass is going to be one of those things that comes out in a month when Swampert's pretty overused, but right now it's still a little bit underused. Although, I mean, that's hard to say. I lost my Swampert to a HP Grass Jolteon earlier today just because like, no way, this kid has HP Grass, and then he got me. But what do you know?
Yeah,
I also took out a few people's Swamperts with HP Grass Jolteon of my own today, so it goes to show.
and speaking about HP Grass and HP, do you think Hidden Power Fighting is going to be the next thing since the physical special split? Hidden Power Fighting Zams, because I heard that's getting pretty popular.
Um, yeah, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's that good, mainly because even with the super effective, like, you're still hitting a Pokemon that has enormous special defense, and uh, I don't know, it just doesn't do that much. Like, you can calc it, and it's just like, I bet that attack does 30% to a Snorlax or 50% to a Snorlax at most, at +1 maybe.
All right. And one last question though, about Dragonite. I want to ask, are you all thinking current or so sometime in the future that you may want to unban Dragonite, or are you gonna leave Dragonite banned for a while?
Um, Honestly, I don't know. For the time being, it's banned. It doesn't seem like we're going to be getting anything new that would change the fact of that. It's sort of like with Tyranitar when people are like, "Well, when are you going to bring back Tyranitar?" And it's like, "Well, when we get something that checks it." And uh, until we get fourth gen Pokemon, it doesn't really seem like there's going to be a way that Dragonite can exist in the metagame without being really ridiculous.
All right. Um. So, um, well, Robofiend, it was a pleasure having you on my program, and
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
no problem. And I'm gonna be talking to King Bowser also about this as well. So yeah, um, two sides of the story. So
Yeah, good deal, good deal. Thanks for having me, and I'm excited to hear what Bowser has to say about all this as well.
oh yes, and anyway, this is the Roy Rogers News Channel. Don't forget to comment or subscribe to my channel. Like or dislike the content that you see here, and please comment down below. What do you think of Dragonite? You heard it right here from one of the council members. So yeah, this is the Roy Rogers News Channel signing off.